Let's do some problems based on the Coulomb's law. First question is, there are the three charges plus q, q and plus q at distance 0, d by 2 and d from the origin on x-axis. So this is the x-axis and let's O is the origin. One of the charges at origin is plus q and one charge at d by 2 is small q and one of the charge at distance d is plus q. Small q charge is at suppose A and plus q charge is at point B, where it is given that net force on plus q charge is 0, which is at x equal to 0. We have to find the q. That means F net equal to 0. This implies that force on charge at O due to A plus force on charge at O due to the charge on B should be 0. This implies that K into plus Q into Q by D by 2 square using the Coulomb's law, which states that F equal to K into Q1 Q2 by R square. This is the Coulomb's law, which gives electric force between the two charges separated by a distance R, and K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Plus K into now force on charge plus Q at O due to the charge at B, it is plus Q into plus Q by D square, that is equal to 0. Here common terms are K, Q, D square, and remaining is this is 4 into Q plus Q equal to 0, or we can say 4Q plus capital Q equal to 0, or Q equal to minus Q by 4. Hence option D is the correct option. Next question is, charge distributed within a sphere of radius r with a volume charge density rho r. A and small a constants. Q is the total charge in this charge distribution. The radius r is. We have to find the r. Charge Q will be equal to integral of charge density, that is rho r, into volume, that is dV, elementary volume. This will give the total charge in the distribution, and here r will be taken from 0 to capital R. Suppose this is the sphere of radius r on which charge is distributed. We take an elementary shell of radius small r and thickness dr. This is r and thickness is dr. So its volume, elementary volume, will be surface area 4 pi r square into width, that is 4 pi r square dr. We substitute here from r equal to 0, that is the r equal to 0 refers the innermost cell and r refers the outermost. This is our limit of integration, and rho r is given a by r square into e raised to the power minus 2r by a, and dv is 4 pi r square dr. Here r square and r square cancel and constant terms are taken out of the integral. It will be 4 pi a integral r equal to 0 to capital R e raised to the power minus 2r by a into dr. Now integrating it, we will get it is e raised to the power minus 2r by a by minus 2 by a, and limit is r equal to 0 to capital R. Substituting the limit, it will be 4 pi a by minus 2 by a. Putting the upper limit, it is e raised to the power minus 2r by a, and lower limit is minus e raised to the power 0, and this e raised to the power 0 is 1, so we can write it is minus 2 will get cancelled by 2, and it is minus 2 pi a. This a in will come into the numerator, so it is small a also here, and then e raised to the power minus 2r by a minus 1. We have to find the r, therefore we write q equal to 2 pi a small a 1 minus e raised to the power minus 2r by a, or q by 2 pi a equal to 1 minus e to the power minus 2r by a, or e raised to the power minus 2r by a equal to 1 minus q by 2 pi a. Taking the log on both sides, we will get minus 2r by a equal to log 1 minus q by 2 pi a. We have to find the r. That means r is equal to minus a by 2 log 1 minus q by 2 pi a. Taking the minus in the log side, then it will result in a log a by 2 log and then 1 by 1 minus q by 2 pi a. So we can say option D is the correct option. Question 3 is two charges each equal of q kept at x equal to minus a and x equal to a on x-axis. Suppose this is the x-axis, this is origin, one is at a, another is at b, a is at x equal to minus a and b is at x equal to a. Charge at a is q and charge at b is also q. A particle of mass m and charge minus q by 2 is placed at origin. Suppose it was placed here. If charge q0 is given a small displacement y very less than a, that means this is the y-axis, and on this axis it is given a small displacement, say y, and at this position, that is c, the charge is here minus q by 2. It is q0 equal to minus q by 2. The net force acting on the particle is proportional to. So we have to find the net force on the particle. So one of the force, if we check on the minus q by 2, will be due to this charge q at a, and this force will be attraction force because q is plus charge and charge at c is minus, and attraction force will be along the line joining the charges and towards the charge. And another force on the c because of the charge at q will also be attraction force, and it is also inward on the line joining the charges. So we resolve the forces. This is force F on C due to A. This is the force on FC due to B. And these forces can be resolved in two components. Suppose this angle is theta, then component along the y-axis will be FCA cos theta, and another component will be FCA sin theta. Similarly, we can resolve this FCB. Again, there will be two components. One is FCB sin theta because this angle will also theta, and another will also downward, that is FCB cos theta. And if we find FCA, this is equal to K into Q into minus Q by 2 by, and distance is, using Pythagoras theorem, this OA is A and OC is Y, so it is root A square plus Y square. So we can write it is root A square plus Y square whole square, or we can write it is Q into minus Q square by 2 by A square plus Y square. Similarly, it is also equal to FCB. Hence, we can say this FCA will get cancelled by FCB sin theta, and only the component which contribute towards the total field will be the cos component. Hence, we can write the F net will be equal to FCA cos theta plus FCB cos theta, or we can write it is 2FCA cos theta because FCA equal to FCB. And now putting the value, it will be K into minus Q square by 2 by A square plus Y square, and then cos theta. Cos theta is base oblique hypotenuse. Base is Y and hypotenuse is root A square plus Y square. So we can write it is Y by root A square plus Y square. So it is equal to, this 2 get cancelled, it is minus KQ square Y by A square plus Y square raised to the power 3 by 2. And it is given that Y is very less than A. This implies that Y square also very smaller than A square, or we can write Y square plus A square is approximately equal to A square. That is equal to approximately equal to minus KQ square Y by, it is A raised to power cube. And here this k, a cube and y square are constant, so we can say that F net is proportional to minus y. That means it is proportional to displacement in y direction, and being a restoring force which try to carry the charge towards the mean position, so it is directed in the direction of minus y. Therefore, option B is the correct option. Next question. Charge q placed at the each of the opposite corners of a square, and charge q, small q, is placed at each of the other two corners. That means a square is given, say A, B, C, D, and on A and C, these are the opposite two corners on which charge q is placed, and remaining two corners, charge small q and small q are placed. Here, the force on charge q at A is 0. It is given in the question. So the net force on the q should be 0. If we check the forces, one of the force is outward on the line of joining, because q are the similar charges and they will have the repulsion force. So F on A due to C, we can write it is equal to k into q by, and distance between the charges will be the diagonal of a square, that is a root 2 if side of the square is a. So it is a root 2 whole square. Now we have to check the forces due to the other two charges which are at B and D. At B and D, the forces should be in such a way that their resultant is opposite to the FAC. So the nature of the small q charge should be opposite to the capital Q charge, and these forces are equal. That means this is the force F on A due to D, and this is force F on A due to B. This FAD should equal to FAB, and this value will be K into Q into small q by A square. Now, the angle between the FAD and the diagonal is 45 degree. Similarly, other FAB and diagonal is also 45 degree. We resolve these forces in two perpendicular components. We see these two perpendicular components are FAD sine 45 degree and FAD cos 45 degree. Similarly, we resolve FAB. It also gives two perpendicular components, FAB cos 45 degree and FAB sine 45 degree. FAB sine 45 and FAD sine 45, these are equal and opposite, so they will get cancelled, and remaining is the cost components which get added. Therefore, we can say that FAC will equal to twice of FAD cos 45, because FAD equal to FAB. This is FAB. This implies that K into Q square by 2A square from this FAC, it is equal to 2 into FAD is K into K Q into small q by A square, and cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Cancelling the common term, this q will get cancelled, q, A square will also get cancelled, and q by 2 equal to 2 into q by root 2. And we have to find the capital Q by Q, that is equal to 4 by root 2, that is equal to 2 root 2. And because we have, this is in terms of magnitude, and also we have said that Q and small q are in opposite in nature, therefore finally we can conclude that Q by small q equal to minus 2 root 2. Hence, option A is the correct option. Next question is, there are the two spherical conductors B and C, equal radii and equal charges, repel with each other force F. So F will be equal to K into Q by D square if D is the distance between them. And we can suppose this is the spherical conductor B, this is spherical conductor C, having the same radius R and having the same charge Q. Now, a third spherical conductor, say A, which has the same radius R as per the question, but having the charge 0. and it is brought in contact with B. If we make a contact of A with B, then charge on A initially, if we write the total charge initially, it is Q on B plus 0 on A, it is equal to Q. And this charge will be equally distributed between A and B because they are of the same radius. Therefore, on separating these two conductors, charge on A will become Q by 2. Similarly, charge on B will also becomes Q by 2. After that, it is brought in contact with C. Now A is brought in contact with C. So Q initially in this moment is the charge on A. Charge on A is Q by 2 plus charge on C was Q. So total charge is 3Q by 2. And this total charge 3Q by 2 will be distributed equally on A and C. And when we separate them, then charge on A will become finally half of 3Q by 2, that is 3Q by 4, and charge on C will also becomes 3Q by 4. And now the new force of repulsion between B and C will be F dash, that is equal to K into charge on B. Charge on B will be now Q by 2 and charge on C will be 3Q by 4 and distance between them is same, d square. So we can write it is 3 by 8 into K Q square by d square, or we can write it is 3 by 8 into F because KQ square by d square is F. Hence option D is the correct option.